I spent over 2 years fighting and learning about procrastination, and I learned a ton of lessons along the way. In this video, I want to share the most powerful lesson with you that allowed me to get in the best shape I've ever been, make huge progress towards my YouTube channel, and even help other people get past procrastination. Again, I spent 2 years learning all this, but I want to shortcut you all of that time I spent. But before we move on to this powerful lesson, I just want you to understand this is a life-changing lesson I want to share with you. If you genuinely listen and apply this lesson, you will never struggle with procrastination again. The first step to solving procrastination is to realize why you're procrastinating. And you might have a few different ideas. You might think that you lack motivation, but the truth is you have done things without motivation regularly and without even having to force yourself to do it. Today, you've probably brushed your teeth and maybe even showered, and I hope that no one had to force you to do it, right? You weren't feeling motivated to do those things, and yet you still did them. No one had to force you either, so we don't have to rely and focus on motivation. And you might even be thinking that you're just lazy, but I promise you, you're not lazy. The people who I've talked to with procrastination are genuinely some of the most ambitious people I've met. They're not ready to settle for mediocrity, and you're probably like that as well. You don't want to just stay where you are right now, just barely getting by, not achieving your goals. You actually want to change. You want to improve. And so it's not that you're lazy. It's not that you lack motivation. The truth behind why you procrastinate is that it's your emotions. It's your brain lying to you and making it seem harder than it really is. It's extremely simple to understand when you just realize that your brain is not your friend. Your brain is what allowed you to procrastinate so many times before. Your brain is the reason why you're watching this video right now. And so your brain over-exaggerates. Your brain gives you emotions that makes it feel hard. You don't want to do something. It could be via stress or fear or even just plain boredom. You don't want to do it. You could be stressed out that you don't have enough time in your day. You're too tired. Or you could be afraid of what other people even think of you. But at the end of the day, it is all stemming from emotions. It's not logical. It's not logical. You know that if you were to do this thing, if you were to do X and Y, that you would achieve your goal. It's logical, but procrastination is illogical. And so we have to fight fire with fire here. In order to fight procrastination, we have to use our emotions in a positive way. And how do you do it? It's by understanding the procrastination continuum, which is a term that I just coined. It's where the pain of doing something is less than the reward of doing something. That is the equation that you need to take action. When you procrastinate, the pain of doing something seems like it's bigger than the reward that you're going to get for it. The key word here is seems. Again, because your brain is lying to you. When you actually start to do something, you actually start to take action, you realize that it's actually very simple. It's very easy. But that your brain lied to you all that time and tried to trick you into not doing it. So I'll go into two extremes here to really get this into your brain. On one end, we have taking a knife and chopping your arm off and trying to hack into there, really going hard on there. That's extremely painful. That's going off the charts here. But the reward for doing it is zero. You have no reason to do it. And so that's why people don't do it, really. The only reason why someone would do that is if they have an extremely specific circumstance, like a disease or a mental illness, right? You have no reason to chop your arm off. There's no reward for doing it, and it's extremely painful. You know that. And so you don't do it. But on the extreme opposite end, we have eating food and drinking water, which is not painful at all. Even if you drink some muddy water and absolutely burnt food, it's still not very painful as compared to the reward of not starving to death and not dying of dehydration. The reward is so much bigger than the pain, and so you're going to do it no matter what. And going back to us, we will not do something if the pain is greater than the reward. And even if the pain is less than the reward, we're not fighting chopping our arms off or drinking water. The real thing that we're fighting, it's either taking action, or the only alternative here is to sit on your couch and do nothing. Being a couch potato and genuinely doing zero. That's what your brain wants. Your brain would love it if you were to just eat and drink and get everything that you need, all of the sustenance, and then you were to conserve all of your energy by just laying down on your couch. That's what we're fighting here. So we need the pain of sitting on the couch to be greater than the pain of taking action. And we need the reward for what we want to do greater than being on the couch. So how do we do things? Let's go in each one by one. To increase the reward of doing something, we need to almost mentally trick ourselves into how fun it is. This is enjoyment. This is loving what you do. This is progress. So essentially, all we're doing here is connecting and realizing that our goal is only achieved by doing this, this, and this. Or for most goals, it's only really one thing. For me, it's recording videos. My goal is to help as many people as I can with procrastination, especially ambitious people. The biggest thing I can do here is to record videos, and so that's my number one priority. This is the third video I'm recording this very day. I can only increase the reward of doing that by realizing that I'm genuinely helping people by recording videos. That's the reward. My reward is helping people and getting that sense of fulfillment. And so that gets me enjoyment. I have fun doing this. And when I look back over at my first video, it was awful. I see how much progress I've made, and that's already enjoyable for me. I love seeing progress. And it's like these little tricks, and I call them tricks, but really it's just acknowledging how deep your goal is. That you have a goal for a reason. It's either to solve a desire or a problem in your life. That simple realization is everything you need to just fully realize how important your goal really is. Your goal is genuinely why people live. People who retire usually die right after they retire because they have nothing to live for anymore. Your goal is why you are living right now. And you're going to feel so much better when you just realize that. And going into the negative emotions, the pain. Again, as I mentioned earlier, your brain's lying to you. You've had those times where you need to do something very important. You sit down. Now, you don't want to do it, right? It's going to be hard. But when you sit down and start, you realize it wasn't even that bad. You thought it was going to take you 3 hours to do. You sit down and get it done in 30 minutes. Like, it wasn't even that bad. Your brain lies to you, and so just acknowledging that is already going to help you. But a big thing here is to make it as easy as possible. Your brain likes easy. That's why you've been on the couch your whole life. Your brain loves easy, so make it as easy as possible. My whole setup, I have a light right here, my camera, even my computer is right here. I never move it. I have everything set up for recording so that the moment I'm ready to record, I just step up and press play. That's it. I don't need to do a whole 15-minute routine where I have to set everything up. I'm good. I'm done. That little simple act of making it easier every single time for me is what allows me to go into this video with all this energy and brain power without having to waste and make it feel harder than it really is. So you could set things up ahead of time. You could build a habit even, build a routine around the thing you want to do so that it's automatic. You don't even have to think about it. That's the highest level of pain, 0. When you don't even think about it, when it's equal to brushing your teeth, for example, then you're never going to struggle with procrastination again. I promise you. When you realize how important your goal is, and then you make it so automatic that you didn't even think about it, that is the recipe for taking action and never procrastinating again. Now, this is a huge lesson that I wish I implemented earlier. Don't let this pass by your head, and don't just click on the next video. What you really want to do is use this lesson and actually apply it to your life. I promise you, when you apply this lesson to your life, immediately, immediately, just from the first few minutes, you will procrastinate 50% less. I can guarantee you, at least half of the time that you would have procrastinated, you won't anymore, if not more. And if you want me to help you with procrastination, right, this is only one major lesson. I have so many more that I couldn't pack into this video. I do procrastination coaching. If you want personalized one-to-one help and you want a shortcut, the 2 years that I spent, you want to get there as fast as possible, you can get your free consultation by clicking the link in the description.